Here's some Samsung news. Apparently, they might be killing a popular phone. Do I have one right nearby? No, I don't. Yeah, in 2021, we might not see another Galaxy Note.
Huh.
That would be different. Obviously, there's been many of them, many Galaxy Notes. And apparently insiders say the company won't continue to produce it. There's been a drop-off in those ultra-premium smartphones. I mean, we're talking about a smartphone, what is it, like $1,200 or whatever, the Note series. And the marketplace has just changed. Samsung actually improved their number of shipments over the previous year. They actually did good, did okay. You did good. But it wasn't necessarily where you would expect it to be. It wasn't in these very premium price tag devices. And there's a ton of overlap, man. When you look at like an S20 Ultra and the latest Note, I mean, it's not a lot of, you got the pen.
Yeah, the screen size is almost the same.
It's so comparable. The camera module was actually a little more versatile on the S20 Ultra. It's a lot of crossover.
Yes.
And the thing was, originally the Note was the big phone.
Yep. That's a selling point.
Now, the S20 Ultra is enormous. Their Ultra model's enormous. So do you really, is it too many options? Well, I'm just talking right now. Obviously, we have a report here. Insiders, whoever they happen to be, say that the Note series is on a chopping block. So yeah, the most recent model, Note 20 Ultra. Did they call it Ultra as well? I can't even remember at this point. Yeah. A phone that I liked. However, I always have these high expectations for what I'm going to do with this stylus, and then I never do end up using a stylus all that much. Plus, I'm going to throw something else in the mix. We reported recently on this show about the Samsung's commitment to the foldable devices.
Yeah.
And now you're getting into that range and territory as well, price-wise, where you're thinking, if Samsung cuts back the Note team, takes that team and puts them on the fold devices, and figures out a way to get the pen input over there, that makes even more sense.
Yeah, essentially have a foldable Note.
The Z Fold Note.
Yeah.
We just made it. They're already working on it. But yeah, they're committed to making the Fold a thing that's here to stay, even though the numbers in terms of sales are still pretty small at this point. It does feel like it serves more of a purpose than having this crossover here, which is so much like the flagship they're already doing. Plus, on top of all that, they're talking about putting a stylus on, or bringing a stylus with the S21, which is coming out very shortly.
Okay, so there is no point for a Note 20.
But that's what I'm saying. They just get, instead, the leading model of the Galaxy S, the S21, will come with a stylus, and future versions of Samsung's foldable phone could also work with the attachment. Again, these are reports.
What do you prefer, though, the shape of the S20 or the Note 20?
It gets weird when a phone gets that big. Visually, aesthetically, I like the look of the Note series because it has more of a squared off kind of design to it. It looks a little simpler, but holding it, my God, when you hold these things, they're enormous. So phones at this scale tend to feel even bigger than they are, the more the sharper the edges are.
Right.
Even though sometimes the sharper edge can give you a more confident grip because you're like, well, I feel that sharp edge. Just when the phone scales up so much, and I used both of them actually for a while, there's something a little bit more comfortable about the curved edge with a gigantic phone.
Right.
So we'll see what happens here. It's interesting because if the S21 Ultra comes with the stylus, is everybody going to want the stylus? And is it going to have a little bay to keep it in, or is it going to be a peripheral on the side? It's a lot of questions. Again, it's a report.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to converge the S20 line.
Yeah, maybe.
Or S21.
Yeah, maybe Note, instead of becoming a dedicated launch, just becomes one of the items inside of the S series. So you have S, like right now you have S20, it'll be S21. You have S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Note.
Maybe, yeah.
You see how you can do that?
Yeah.
Or S21 Ultra Note.
And I guess the Note will just have a pen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just a pen version instead of being an entirely different launch. Now, obviously, they benefit from having multiple launches because they get their name back in your mouth over and over again on the social media. We're talking about Samsung again because they have a separate event. But it doesn't matter if you don't move the unit. All the hoopla without the movement of the unit, it really hoopla. That's right. It wasn't really worth it. So we'll see what happens. But it could be RIP to the Note series. You let me know in the comments if you're going to shed a tear or not.